Do you forget a people name just a second after you met them, or do people keep mispronounce your name and stop correct them? Don't worry, in this video I'm gonna really show you 5 powerful proven ways, preventive that is used by elite communicators before to really remember use people names and really remembers you. Yeah, I really understand most people are really don't really remember people name. You know, you really landed with someone in high school, then you really forgot his name before, even if you know you really met someone before 10 minutes ago and you really forgot his name immediately. This is really common problem, and you know, in this video I'm gonna really show you the exact method why you can really do it. Then by the end of this video you don't really stop it to really forget a people name, and people do not really forget you. Just to really remember how do you really remember you, I will make you. So stay with me, and if you came to YouTube to watching something meaningful, please subscribe our YouTube channel, because we bring an educational and communicational content to really boost your confidence and your communication ability. So if you want to watch like this content, you're the right place, and let's begin. First, you know what people are really forgetting people name. Yeah, this is a very most important question you need to really ask yourself. You know, first someone has came to YouTube, you are just in some meeting or an event, or it can be in anywhere, just he really introduced himself. My name is X, Y, and like somebody, then your brain, okay, you really having a little conversation, then he just went, then your brain wait, then what was your name again? And then this is really important things you need to know. Everybody's are really forget his names or his friends' names. That is a most problem that really people fear it. But also some people are really afraid, are uncomfortable to really say their name again, because you know people are really mispronounce their name. That is what they really made them uncomfortable. But by the end of this video you really became confident and really remember every one of them at any situation. So because the first thing is you need to know that really to remember a people's names. You know, when you really use a people name in communication, you really boost their confidence. You know, their name is not just like a word, their childhood memory, their parents, their family, their mother, their father voices. This is very important to you know that, because it's not just for them, just they have really valuable, there is authentic things you need to know about it. They are really valuable, their names, because as I told you, their childhood, their father, their mother, they're really called by this name. That is the most important you need to know about. So use the name properly, boost your communication ability very in different direction. But people are really mad at this problem ever, just you had to really stop it. So let me give you really the exact 5 tips what you really need to do when you really have a conversation with someone to really remember his name properly and effectively, as you do not forget him, or as you do not forgettable person. The first thing is you need to do to really remember, or to really remember, you need to really tell a story by your names, or use a story to tell to your names. For example, I really remember when before 1 years ago went to cafe or cafeteria with was friend, and the waiters really asked to order what we drink and eat, and he said, my name is Marky. My name is Marky, and people are really said macchiato coffee, and she's really laughing. This macchiato coffee was so really pretty and really attractive. People are really drinking this macchiato coffee to really call it the names. Then you really what you really thinking about it. Her name I was really remember till now. Then Maki is really just a simple weird person, but I really remember her name ever, because she really use a story to tell her name, this is a powerful storytelling, a little bit different, because when you really use a story to tell your names to people, people are really remember ever, because story are really had a people heart, really people are really interested, remember emotion in the story. That is the most important things you need to do, or you need to really make it in your communication when you have a conversation with someone, or when you talk, when you tell your names, or when someone tells your name, just connect with the stories. That is most important ways to really remember. So do these things and make your communication very attractive by remembering person name. The next thing is you need to do it to really remember, recall immediately after you hear his name. For example, if someone is came, everybody's hello, my name is Mark, nice to meet you to you, and you say, okay, nice to meet you to you, to Mark, and today we have a really something project about this, and what do you really Mark to think about this is? What do you really do to Mark for this? Just calling his name a little bit different and a little bit important to really remember his name forever, because when you repeat his name 2 times or 3 times, you can really remember forever. But people do not really do these things. So make these things and remember people names very effectively. The third thing is you need to do it to remember people name very effectively. Just create a visual image. People really remember a visual image and a story more than words. Words are just a word I can forgettable, but image and a stories are not really forgettable easily. That is the most important things you need to do. That is the most important things you need to really understand. Just I think the Japanese students, when they really study, they really make the image everything to really remember. That is, they really understand the metrics of remembering something. So if you want to really remember a person or people effectively, like connect with the people what you really know them before. For example, if you want to really remember the word Anna, just remember or link it with the apple. Did you really remember apple immediately? Then you call it the word Anna. That was the most important way to really remember. So make it this one, and also make your communication very effective and efficient. So the first thing is that really use to really remember people name effectively and efficiently, and you can make your communication very attractive as just paying attention when you really have a conversation. This is most important. People do not really give it attention when they really listen, or when they really just someone is really, when he really introduces himself, someone is watching your phone, or someone is having a conversation with other person, they really watch with their friends or talking with their friend. This is not really important. Just you need to really pay attention to the speaker to really express his ideas, or he really express and try until he introduces himself. Then until after he introduces himself, then you can really start a conversation with your friends, or you can really watch your phones, because at the time when you really introduce himself, when you really give it attention, you didn't forget his name immediately. That is most important things most people do not really do. The last ones for this video, the tips that are really used by elite communicators and are very effective to really remember people name very effectively and efficiently. Just ask it again politely. This is really important. When you really ask a question or someone, how do you really ask it? If someone said, can you tell your name again? Or if someone is, would you mind, or could you remind your name please again? Or it can be, so which one would you really polite and really accept about the name we can really tell to you? This is the most important things you need to understand or do it, because if you really ask it like a more aggressive person, just tell me your name like I want to really forget it, just this is not really important, because you need to really ask it very politely and make your communication very effective. But most people do not do these things. Just if you really apply this 5% or this 5 tips, you can really remember people name very effectively and efficiently. But people do not really do this. Even 2 once I just reading in my research that I really do not really do it. even if those of two, but the people that really apply even one of it can really remember everything, because naming or calling someone name are really important in communication. I really searched in another video how it's really important, because as I told you, and every their childhood memory, their father, their mother, their parents' voice, it's not just a word, their name, because it really boosts their communication 100%. That is the most important thing you need to really understand for this video, because I'm gonna really break this down 5 tips. First thing is just use a story to tell your name. The next thing is recall or repeat after you hear his name. The third thing is just use image memory or image things to really remember. The fourth thing is just pay attention to really listen actively. Then the last one is to really ask it politely to get to tell again. If you really did these 5 things, you can really boost your communication a very effective in another direction. So appreciate it to stay till watch the end. And which one would you really like it to do, or which one would you really prefer to do in your life? Drop a comment, and now we're ready.